Hi everybody, this is Maria, Moscow Guide, and in this video I will tell you about Moscow under the quarantine. Our self-isolation regime started in the beginning of April, and those pictures on your screens, they were made in that period when all the streets was really empty because people were scared about the virus and everybody preferred to stay at home and listen to the recommendations that government gave to us. Those pictures are really scary because Moscow is a megapolis and every day millions of people walking out and running and rushing somewhere. And in one day, just like that, all the streets start to be empty, like everybody moved away from Moscow somewhere else. Then people lost their work because government closed all companies and all restaurants, all shops during the pandemia. And people started to lose their money because 1 month is okay, 2 months no. And government didn't give any support to common people. Small business, big business, credit companies, banks, they was all under support of the government. They promised them that they will give them some money for survive somehow during the pandemic, but not common people. Common people get only 5,000 rubles each month for one small baby till 3-year-old and 10,000 rubles for older child. But this payment will be only one time in all this period. But you can understand that this is nothing for a family, for example, with 2 kids. They have to eat something, they have to wear something. So after that, people started to be angry. Second part of April started with breaking the rules. People started to ask questions to the government why their decisions are lack of logic and why you made decisions which absolutely incorrect. And after that, people started to ask questions to each other. For example, do you know somebody who is sick? Maybe you know somebody who knows somebody who is sick. And the first idea that started from the middle of the April is that problem is not in the virus. That problem is in a global crisis which is coming to cover all the world. And our government trying to hide serious problems with the back of the virus problem. At the end of April, our government made a special permission for us. For Moscovites, not for the people who live in the suburb of Moscow, because in suburb of Moscow they have their own government and they rule their party by themselves. Only Moscovites, they could go out from their places of self-isolation twice a week. You have to fill in a special form. For example, your name, your surname, where are you going to, address, which transport you're going to use, for example, your own car or public transport. Then they give you a special number. So you have to keep it with you, with your passport. So when you're going out, police can stop you and ask, what are you doing here? So you show them the special number of your permission and then they let you go. On this picture, you can see how the police officer stops the cars which are coming out from the suburb of Moscow and they want to enter the city of Moscow. So the police driver, he check the validity of the permission of the driver and of the passengers which are sitting inside of the car. In case if somebody doesn't have this permission, so they have to pay a special penalty to the government. Same situation if you're a pedestrian. So police officer have a rights to stop you and ask you to show your number of permission, and he can check the validity of your permission to go out exactly today. And people started to tell that to ask is it legal or not, because the terms which a government use is a self-isolation. It means that you do it by yourself, by your own wish. And that means that nobody can stop you if you are going out, and nobody can tell a penalty from you if you are walking around, because this is a self-isolation. It's your own wish. It's not a state of emergency. So people started to protest against those penalties because they said that it's not legal. Government doing not legal actions against citizens of the Russian Federation. And then we had a silent riot. What does it mean? People make marks on the map and they put some words about the situation. Some people said, you are asking us to pay credits, you are asking us to pay utility bills, and you made penalties against us. What are you doing for us? Everything what you're doing, you're doing against us. And somebody wrote that they don't have money, they don't have work, and government killing them with the penalties and a new regime, and all is against the people, not for them. And you can see here, stop thinking about yourself, think about your people. So this riot happened in the middle of April, and actually it stopped very fast. In half an hour this map was blocked and nobody could see this mutual riot against the government actions. At the end of the May, government made another permission, so they allow you to go out for a walk in a distance for 2 kilometers from your home. You can walk around in your district just to breathe fresh air. I live in a district nearby of the Avenue of the World. It is known by the Ostankino TV tower, and it is known by the Museum of Cosmonautics. So those one who was in the Museum of Cosmonautics must recognize this avenue. It is very big and always crowded, but now it's empty because of the virus, because of the isolation. Now I'm standing in front of the social billboard. It is written there that you have to take care about your social distance. Between you and another person must be 2 meters. And of course, those social billboards spread all over the Moscow. Some of them telling you that you have to wear masks and gloves, and some of them telling you that you have to take care about your distance, social distance. And this is a small house. This is a school of arts. By the way, all the kids, they finished their school online, so they passed the exams online. Now I will show you the opposite side of the prospect of the world. Over there, if you go on that side, you will reach the center of Moscow. I can't say that this is a crowded street now, because usually it used to be crowded because it's a prospect of the world, a very big street. But anyway, people walking around, and this is very good. Now I want to show you the electrobus. Electrobus is the new transport for us. Maybe 2 years ago, our government bought electrobuses, and this is the ecologically clean transport. You can see now it's charging. And inside interior is also very comfortable, and you can charge your phones, charge your devices here. And on each holder you can see the yellow machine. It's a scanning machine. It scans your tickets. We have 2 types of tickets. All of them are universal. You can use it in the bus, in the metro stations, everywhere. So red one is a paper one for one bus ride, and the blue one is a plastic card. You can charge it for each month. So both of them, they can be used in each type of public transport. Now you can see how that doesn't affect the interior of the bus. I can say that every day when the bus comes back to the park, they make this sanitizing work always. But during the pandemia, they make it several times a day. So this is the difference between normal days and days during the quarantine. By the way, all the transport is absolutely empty. Maybe 1 or 2 people inside of the bus or trolley bus. And if you want to go to the metro station, you have to show to the police, which is standing in front of the entrance, your permission. Otherwise, you can go down. Now you can see all the benches is covered with a special cordon tape to avoid you to sit on those benches, because now it's forbidden. But anyway, if you look deeper to the boulevard, you can see people which are sitting on the benches despite those tapes. Now we are moving closer to the bus stop, and you can see also the social banner. It is written here that you can become a volunteer, you can help to old people because they are in a zone of the risk, to stay at home because old people, they have also go out for to buy some food. So you can be a volunteer, you can buy food for them and bring them to their apartments or their houses, so they don't need to go out anymore. Old people don't understand the risk. They can get the virus faster than young people, and it was a big problem for us in the beginning because they were walking out from their houses without any masks. They didn't understood what's going on, and those guys who helped them to survive, they are doing a great job, because now we can see as much old people on the streets as it was in the beginning of April. So they are all protected by the volunteering, and they all stay at home, and now they understand that they are in a zone of the risk. Those volunteers help a lot to lonely old people because most part of them live alone, and they didn't understand what's going on, and nobody told them, and nobody took care about them because they are lonely. So those volunteers help a lot them to survive, and this is a great job for them, and all Moscovites and all Russia saying thanks to them, that they're helping a lot to those old people. Now I want you to show the monument of Felix Zygmuntovich Dzerzhinsky. This monument was built here in 1977 year, just because this district was named after Felix Zygmuntovich Dzerzhinsky, Dzerzhinsky district. And Felix Zygmuntovich Dzerzhinsky, he was a big figure in our politician arena in 1917th, and he had many monikers as a Red Butcher or Irony Phoenix, and he was a part of the Supreme Council of National Economy, but he more famous as chairman of All Russian Special Commission for Combating Counter-Revolution, Sabotage and Speculation. This commission changed many names, known as KGB, and now it's FSB. And you can see now the building, which you could see from the windows of your bus when you was in Moscow. This is KGB building, and his monument is over there in front of the KGB building. But in 1991, during the riots, his monument was demolished from over there, and when he was in Moscow, you could see that this square was empty. And remember, I told you that there are many legends why it's empty and what is inside under the ground. People don't know. This is a picture of modern look of the square in front of the KGB building. When he was in Moscow, you could see exactly the same picture from your windows. And this is still the building of FSB, Federal Security Service of Russian Federation. Now you can see the monument of the rocket. This is the entrance to the Museum of Cosmonautics. I guess you remember this rocket. And as I told you, this district is very famous by the cosmonauts and TV workers. At the entrance to the shop, you can see everywhere notice that you have remember about your distance. And from the end of the at the end of the April, our government made an order that now from that period you can't go inside the shop without masks and gloves. So the second paper show you that you have to wear gloves and mask, otherwise they will not serve you. So this is like a notice to everybody. Please don't forget about this. I made a video of metro station. You can see it's empty. The square in front of the building of metro station is also empty. Usually it's crowded. There are plenty of people walking around. Somebody is waiting, somebody is running. Now it's empty. And few words about metro station. To go downstairs you need permission. And one of the examples of stupid ideas of our government is when they invented permissions, they forgot about people which have to work despite the isolation. So you can see now the pictures of morning crowd of people who have to go inside, but before they go inside, they have to show their permission to only one person who is work on one station. So just you can imagine about 2 million of people every day had to stay in that big long line, and no distance between each other, of course not. So this was a big mistake of our government. So that is why people started to be angry on them. Of course, people said, what is the need of the gloves and masks if we are standing in the long line each morning to get inside to the metro? Why do you asking us for those permissions? It's absolutely not logical. Now I want to tell you about our disinfection order from the government. From the beginning of April, each day, several times a day, our services must clean our roads and entrance halls of our houses with some kind of fluid with chlorine, I guess. Because when I was in a maternity clinic, the department with the newborns was had the same smell of chlorine with something. A very light version of this now we can smell on the streets of Moscow. And when I was walking down the street, I was in a small nostalgia about that period of time when I was in a maternity clinic. And of course, now I will show you the video with our parks. This is the entrance to the nearest park nearby of my home. This is a boulevard actually. So you can see the protective fence, which is supposed to stop people go inside to this boulevard. But you can see the weather is perfect and everybody is walking around, of course. This is a station where you can take a bike for rent. I remember you asked me, Marie, what is that? This is a station. You can take a bike and give it back in any station which is placed everywhere in Moscow. I don't know the reason why it works, because you can go out by the bike to the park or to the boulevard. It's still closed for people. So now let's go back to the boulevard. As you can see, the weather is perfect. Sun is shining, warm. Everybody likes when it's warm because, you know, in Russia most part of the year is very cold. So nobody is going to stay at home, of course, surely. So everybody walk around on the streets, on the boulevard, despite of those protective tapes. Everybody doesn't take care about the government anymore. This is the Ostankino TV tower. And you know, as government doesn't take care about common people, so common people start to don't take any care about the government and their regime and their orders. So we are waiting for the 1st of June, because on the 1st of June all shops will be open. So finally we can go and buy some clothes, to buy some cosmetics, perfumes, everything, toys. So I will make the special video. I will make special video for you after the 1st of June, just to see, to compare what's changed and what's going on in the streets of Moscow. It was Maria Moscow Guide with you. If you liked my video, please subscribe to my channel, and I will be very happy if you leave me some comments and some questions, and I will make a special video for you according to your questions. What you want to know about Russia, about Moscow, questions do you interested in to discuss. So see you in next videos, and have a nice day. Hope you will feel good and take care about yourself and your family. Bye.